Are there things that you want to accomplish in your life, but you feel like you're just so busy that you don't have the time? Maybe you tell yourself, if I just had more time, I would start my own business and leave my 9 to 5. Well, today I'm going to show you how to optimize small chunks of time, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, even 5 to 10 minutes to start your own business or to accomplish anything else that you want. This is something that I learned just a few years ago when I was working full-time and I wanted to start my own business so that hopefully I could scale it, quit my job, and go full-time doing what I loved to do. So I want to share that with you. Hi, my name's Michelle. Welcome to Connect Collective. Let's go ahead and get started. I have conversations with people all the time who tell me that they want to leave their 9 to 5, but they don't have the time to start their own business and pursue their dreams. However, I know that they do. Now, I'm going to show you how to leverage small chunks of time today, but last week I did a whole video on doing a time audit, and it's imperative that you watch that video. I'm going to link it right up here, and I'll also drop it in the description below. So go ahead, watch this video, but make sure you go back and watch the time audit video as well. You'll need to identify the chunks of time that I know you have in your schedule. So the concept that we are going to talk about today is small plus small plus small equals big. When I was working full-time and starting my own business in reselling on eBay, I knew that if I could just leverage small chunks of time to do meaningful small tasks, that it would result in a big impact and that I could maybe slowly, but I could still grow a thriving business and scale it. And that's exactly what I did. Now, what I'm talking about today is pretty much a mindset shift. So often we think that we can't start a business unless we have hours to dedicate to it all at once. And it just doesn't happen that way. Nobody has hours just laying around waiting to be used up, right? So we have to maximize the little bits of time that we have available to us. And we have to be intentional with how we use that time. So I want you to think about this. It's all about supply and demand. Now, the supply of your time is finite. There's only 24 hours in a day, and there are only so many hours in a week. However, if you look at the demands on your time, again, go watch that time audit video, and then you become super intentional about what and who you are giving your time, you can start prioritizing those demands and really maximize the time you have available to you. Whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, and for today's example, we'll just say you want to start your own business, and I'm going to use my eBay business as an example. So what are the tasks that are involved in that business that you want to start? So in eBay, for example, I have to source items, I need to research them, list them, take photographs, talk to customers, answer any questions they may have, send out offers. There are different tasks that are involved with that business. Now, I want you to see all of those in a very microscopic form. So whatever task you need to complete, what are the little steps that you have to take to accomplish just one task? If I'm photographing something, I might gather all of the items that I'm going to photograph, put them in one particular spot, and have them prepped and ready to be photographed. That means that they don't have any wrinkles. If I'm selling clothing, maybe I've already given them an inventory number. And then when I photograph, I have a specific workflow that I follow where I take my photographs the same way every single time. Very routine with it. Okay, so after you have those tasks identified, I want you to time yourself. How much time does it take for you to do those tasks? Now, of course, the more you do it, the faster you'll become, the more efficient you will become. But right now, how long does it take you? Go ahead and write that down, and then look at how much time you have in your schedule. So identify those 30 minutes that you have, or the 15 minutes chunks of time that you have, or the 5 to 10 minute chunks of time that you have? What tasks do you have to complete that will fit into those chunks of time? And of course, the more time you have, the more you can accomplish, but don't discredit those small 5 to 10 minute chunks of time. Those are useful as well. And too often we just, if we have 15 minutes or less, we just say, I don't have enough time to do that. But that time is valuable. Remember, your time is finite, so you want to use it the best you possibly can. And here's my example from when I was working full time and doing eBay on the side. I would look at my orders the night before very quickly. Maybe 10 minutes is what it would take to look at my orders and go pull them, any orders that I had. Then I would wake up 30 minutes earlier in the morning and I would print my shipping labels and I would package those items. Now I could also package them the night before, have them ready to roll. All I had to do was put the shipping label on there and have them ready to go to the post office. Then for mailing the items, I would either go to the post office on my lunch break. So on my way to get some food, I would just drop those items off at the post office, or my husband could take them to the post office for me if I didn't have the time. And then in the evenings, I only had an hour and a half to dedicate to my business. On some evenings of the work week, I really had to leverage the weekends. And so I would do 3 to 5 listings in the evenings. So now I want you to really think through what you want to accomplish and the tasks associated with that and the time that is tied to those tasks. Can you start to see how you can use little bits of time to accomplish something? And I know that you might be thinking to yourself, but it just really isn't enough. If I only have 5 minutes to do something, why do it? That kind of mindset will keep you from starting your dream business. And let me tell you right now that when people really want to quit their 9 to 5 and they have to start a business on the side, they can't just quit their job and start their dream business. They become super intentional about how they use their time. And that's what I want you to start doing. So here are breakdowns of how I ran my days when I was working full time and doing eBay on the side. So I have on this graph here, listing, photography, responding to questions customers might have, or making offers, researching products, and sourcing items, or going to find more items to sell. That's what sourcing means. So if I had 30 minutes in my schedule, that meant that I could complete 3 to 4 listings. If I only had 15 minutes, 2 listings, 10 minutes, 1, and 5 minutes, maybe that wasn't enough time to do a listing. And that's okay. But even though in 10 minutes I could only do 1 listing, that's more than 0. All right. And that's how you build a business, little bits at a time. 30 minutes was a gold mine for photography. I could take pictures for 15 to 20 items. In 15 minutes, easily 8 to 10 items, 10 minutes, 5 to 7, in 5 minutes, at least 2. So you start to see that this will add up, right? Next is I could take 5 minutes and respond to somebody's question or send an offer to someone who was interested in buying one of my products. And that alone could easily result in a sale. And it often did. And then if I only had 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I could quickly research items to see how much I could sell it for. Has anybody else sold it? How much did they sell it for? Can I use their listing to help me build my own listing? And then finally, if I wanted to source products and I only had 30 minutes in my day, I could hit up one store and quickly go through it to see if there was anything of value to sell. Becoming intentional about your time is simply learning how to value the time that you've been given and using it well to build something that you want. So if you want to leave your 9 to 5, or if you just want to start a business on the side to make more money and to build something that is your own, that you really enjoy, you can do it. Don't wait for more time to appear in your schedule. Go ahead, get started today, because the more that you value your time and use it to do something that you really want to do, the more productive you will feel, the happier you will feel because you're just doing something that you want and you're building something that is your very own. I am always going to encourage people to start their own business, even if they have a full-time job. I personally just think it's smart to have multiple streams of income. I think it's wise to have a stream of income that isn't tied to an employer. And that doesn't mean that you have to be making thousands and thousands of dollars doing it, but you need to have something that helps you create a nice, solid financial cushion. So, what are ways that you can use micro blocks of time to help you build and scale your own business? And have you had any issues with time management that have been holding you back? If I haven't answered any questions that you might have, please drop those questions in the comments below. I would love to do a video on it. I love talking about time management. I hope that you have found value in this video. If you did, consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to Connect Collective, especially if you're interested in starting your own eBay business. I have just reopened my eBay store just a couple of days ago. I already have sales coming in. I love this business because of that. You can start listing today and making money the same day or within 24 hours. Is absolutely fabulous. I hope you have a fabulous day, and that time management, time audit video is right up here. Go ahead and click on it, and I will see you in the next one.